y'all know what time it is. When I'm in Florida, my real homeboy, my dog. You understand me? Hollywood Red. Please believe it. Hey, let's get ready to bust it down. Bust it down.
Live in the building. We don't keep it real. We really keep it. Do the right thing. Get the right thing done to you. You already know what it is, man. Live from New York. I let your boy. You already know what it is, man.
What it is, it's your boy Young Cash representing that Duval County. Chilling with my boy Hollywood Red. Y'all already know what it is. Yeah.
You're tuned in to the one and only, the Strategize Network, TSN.
Yeah, this your boy Shouty. What my name is, man, and I'm kicking it on the Hollywood. Welcome to the network. This that Hollywood Red Show. You know it. This that Hollywood Red Show. Tune in. Hey. This that Hollywood Red Show. This that Hollywood Red Show. Tune in. Fire. You want to hear something crazy? Like, what? Nah, you ain't close to ready. Check this out.
You're tuned in to the one and only, the Strategize Network, TSN.
Yes, sir. It's Friday. It's the top of the year, 2025. You have to turn them echoes down, brother. And this is, I'm talking to you.
I'm loud.
Oh, no, you got something playing in the background. I'm supposed to know better by now, but this is the Hollywood Red Show on the Strategize Network.com. You can check us out on Facebook, the Strategize Network.com. And you can check us out on YouTube, the Strategize Network.com. And we got people in the house. We got Slim Cat over there, aka used to be Slim. And we got Deacon Weasel over there.
Yes, sir. What's going? Happy New Year, man.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Yes,
and we about to get into it, man, with the trending topics with none other than Slim Cat, aka KT.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir,
Let's get into it, brother.
And first topic, man, we're gonna talk about this college football playoffs, man. And we had some good games this week. Is it still an echo? I'm good.
It's an echo with one of y'all, but
I ain't got nothing on. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. We had some good games this week. We had Texas versus Arizona State, and Arizona State made the game closer than what it should have been. But Texas, they were supposed to win. They was the favorite to win, and they came through in the end. Then we went on to the Ohio State, Oregon. Me personally, I knew Ohio State was going to win because Oregon beat them earlier this year, so it's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. So I knew Ohio State probably was going to edge them out. Then, Penn State, Boise State, we all knew Penn State was going to run through it. They was the favorite. They won it. And they went down to the game that came on late last night where it got delayed due to the New Orleans attacks.
Whoa. Before you get too far, what did you say about Ohio State?
I said they should have beat Oregon.
Whoa. Now, don't make me pull the receipts out.
I had.
Yeah. Slow down.
I had Oregon winning it all.
Because I'll pull out last week's episode. You was claiming Oregon was going to win it all.
Yes, I would.
All right, now that you ain't saying that now. You talking about Ohio State was the favorite to win. How was they when Oregon was number one? You said Oregon before the playoffs even started. You said Oregon was going to win it all. Now what happened?
Oh man, I had Oregon winning it, but I picked Ohio State to win on my ticket. But I had
so you was capping. That was what you was doing.
I really thought Oregon was gonna win, man. But a running back got hurt early in that game. Before he got hurt early, so it changed. It really changed. They was gonna lose anyway. Ohio State, they got that boy from Miami, Jeremiah Smith. So.
Yeah, that ain't what you said last week.
No, my prediction was wrong. Well, my prediction.
Okay, well, that's all I want you to say. That's what I want you to say was because you sounded like you was the guru, like everything that you picked. I would like to see the parlay tickets that you played because your mouth wasn't cashing those same receipts last week, brother.
No,
I'm just saying.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying, man? And then it was a terrible game. They got blew out the water, man. Bad. It was a bad game. It was only like two good games. Then Georgia Notre Dame, man. Georgia without the starting quarterback is a different team. So Notre Dame was physical.
They were saying the same thing with Texas with it was Manning not playing. Ewers was playing.
Yeah,
and
good, though.
I watched that with Arizona State. And Arizona was they actually put a good fight. It didn't look good early on, but I actually turned away from the game. And actually, when I seen the end stats, Arizona actually came back and made it very close because it got boring after a while. So I had other things that was more important to me. So I switched out of that. So I give Arizona State credit for putting up a fight. It looked like it wasn't actually a boring game after all. Did you watch that all the way through?
No, we don't watch all the games. That's all I live for is football. I watched it all. I fell asleep for like third quarter, woke up in the fourth, and it was closer.
So like I said, you fell asleep.
Yeah, Texas should have beat them worse than what the score was.
Oh my God!
I fall. You know me, boy. I fall asleep instant.
Yeah, I know. Your camera might cut off in between the show because we know how you do.
I'm good tonight, man. I'm good, man.
We know how we do. Tell it, Deacon. Tell the truth.
I've been good the last 3 weeks, though.
No, he been good. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been all right. Yeah, Irk and Jerk didn't jerk you around like the other times.
I've been on vodka lately. I ain't been drinking the brandy.
Oh my God.
So who is your prediction with the last 4 games well, I don't want to say shout out, but we giving flowers to the whole New Orleans situation. We're gonna get into that a little bit later, but that game was postponed due to the tragedy that happened out there in Louisiana. So my prayers goes out to any of the families that was affected by just the malicious act that somebody would have took to come out there and try to impose something like that on the innocent people. It's just nothing to say with that other than you was a coward.
Yeah.
You was a coward. And
we get more details on that later because there's a backside to that you probably know about too.
Yeah, of course.
But my predictions for the finals, I'm gonna go with Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame to win the whole thing. That's my prediction. I
know that you got money behind your mouth, but see, last time you just told me that you said something, but your ticket didn't say the same. So where is your money going towards?
I'm going with Ohio State versus Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame win the whole thing.
You got Notre Dame to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like that, man. I hate Ohio State. I hate both of them, to be honest with you. But.
Well, I'm glad you saying that is out of hate, not necessarily out of what you really feel.
I'm not going with the analytics. I'm going on pure patch. Who I hate the worst, and I hate Ohio State worst. So I gotta go to Notre Dame. I'm not looking at who playing, who hurt, who injured. I'm going Notre Dame. But Pitt, it's gonna be some good games, man. You know, I'm probably wrong. So if you're a betting person out there, go against everything I just said. You might come up.
Oh my God!
Go against everything I just said. You might get some. You might can take your girl out to Red Lobster and stuff.
So with all the major teams that was expected to be the last man standing, what is it that you feel that played the difference and why we ain't seeing nobody that was expected to be there? The Georgias, the Alabamas, you know what because you more of an avid college football fan than me. So what do you think that went wrong, or why none of them is making a presence in the Final Four, so to speak?
Man, I just think with Georgia, man, without their quarterback, they're a different team. Just like we was last year without Jordan, the committee said it's clearly Georgia shouldn't have been in the playoffs without their quarterback.
Oh my God!
But, that's a fact.
Subject for another day. But I guess the committee right without your starting quarterback, things do look crazy because you can, you know, that's the dude first time ever starting. Who wasn't gonna beat that team? It was nothing he can do in his power. You know what I'm saying? And then with Alabama, man, Alabama he lost to Vanderbilt, so Alabama they didn't deserve to get in anyway. He don't lose to Vandy. There's one school you don't lose to. You know,
well, Alabama been all over the place this year, so you know they done took several losses that to me showed that they not them boys this year.
But when it comes to Oregon,
so much that the quarterback is elected to go to the draft.
He needs to go. He needs to get he's gonna flop though. He's gonna flop though.
You don't think he's gonna be?
Man, he ain't no quarterback. I'm sorry. He's gonna be a tight end.
Oh my God!
Tight end, man. He need to go back. What they saying is the play is he declaring for the draft, but Miami gonna try to get him to come down there to replace Cam.
We don't need him in Jacksonville. I'd rather stick with Lawrence as long as he stay healthy.
Y'all probably gonna get Hunter from Jacksonville. I think y'all gonna try to get Hunter.
I mean, that'll be a good addition. That'd be an excellent addition to us, but they ain't gonna win no games. but they not showing him as one of the prospects to go to Jacksonville. They actually got him. They actually in the mock draft they got him going to the Patriots. What you think about that?
Terrible. They ain't got no quarterback. Out, man. I wouldn't wish the cold on nobody, man. After November, man, it's hard playing up there.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're a Florida boy. You're a Florida boy. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to try to be up there during this time of the season. You got they got Travis going to the Patriots. I don't see the running back. Your boy that broke all these records this year. I don't see him in the top 10.
Yeah, they don't like him, man.
But yet you were saying, you know, he was just this absolute favorite to go for Heisman. Why he ain't in the top, at least in the top 10? No, nobody's in the market for a running back this year.
They got him going to the Buccaneers. You right. That's crazy.
I mean, even with Shador, what you say, brother?
Whoever get that running back from Boise State gonna get a steal. He's gonna be the best player at the draft. Easy. They got Cam Ward going to Cleveland. He gonna flop. Worst place he can ever go. I don't wish that on nobody.
They got Shador going to the Giants.
Black quarterbacks don't do good in New York.
No, they don't. I mean, because matter of fact, EJ Manuel when he went up to Buffalo,
flop.
Yes, sir. You
flop too with the Jets.
You heard of him going there, and that's the only thing you heard after that.
Yeah. So they got y'all getting a D lineman?
Yeah.
That's a good white
boy. I don't even know who Mason Graham is. I mean,
he's a good white boy. Damn, what? Keep going. That's it. That's all they got at the 10. Oh.
That's what they got. They got the top 10. And
Hunter's gonna be good, man. But I don't know. If I was a GM, I'm not getting Hunter first. I'm actually gonna go. If I'm the Patriots, I'm going for Shador, man.
Well,
Me personally, because he gonna sell tickets. You can't go wrong. You got to get a quarterback first pick, man. Cam Ward Shador.
yeah, I think you got. I actually agree with you. I think they might be better off getting Cam Ward because right now the Patriots they don't really have a solidified quarterback.
Exactly. You get 100 with no quarterback. What's the point?
Yeah, correct. You got a wide receiver. You got a wide receiver that got nobody to throw to him. So that just sounds like it's the chicken before the egg to me.
Facts. That's fact.
But I'd love to see him come down to Jacksonville. I think that'd be a good. I think that would be a good combination between him and Lawrence. Even though Lawrence this year didn't look like last year, but that's just how it goes. Because look over there in Baltimore. So many people, was speaking against. Even myself. When he came out of Louisville, he beat the brakes out of our Seminoles during college. It was really just one dimensional. Then he had no arm at all.
He just ran through the.
So he beat us just strictly with his feet. So shout out to him for doing just that. But I didn't see it translating to the NFL because we already seen that before. So I just figured he was just going to be another athletic black quarterback that was just going to be able to highlight his physical ability. But I give him credit that he has been doing the work in the offseason and strengthening his pocket passing. You got to come. I actually was listening to who's my guy? Colin
Coward.
Colin Coward. He made a good argument that if you're going to consider Dan Marino as one of the greats without a chip, the numbers now for Lamar is shadowing that. And that's so that's, you got to put that in consideration for him. So I shout out to Lamar Jackson. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I'm actually going to be tuned in to watch how the way they play. I hope he don't get hurt. Derrick Henry didn't really show up this last game, but he's had a great season. So my
team looking good, man. But
I give him shout out. I give him shout outs for that, man. So what's your predictions for the playoffs for the NFL? Obviously you're a Ravens fan, so
I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with the I have to go with the Ravens and the Lions. Ravens Super Bowl.
What do you think about the Lions pulling Teddy Bridgewater after he just got finished winning the high school championship for Florida? Did he have enough time to get ready? Do you even think he's gonna get some playing time?
Man, they just trying to give him a free reign. That's it.
He's gonna get one for the free ski. He's gonna get one for the ring.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I got Ravens. If I'm gonna be honest, I really got the Chiefs versus the Lions. Right now, man, the Chiefs they everything going their way. Buffalo gonna give them a hard time. But it's not gonna be out of Buffalo, Baltimore, the Chiefs, and the AFC. NFC, the Lions, Vikings, and Eagles. One of them three gonna come out. That's the Bucks maybe. The Bucks might surprise some people.
Well, let's move on. While we're speaking on sports, and I don't want to be a drama king because that ain't me. But it's these dudes with these relationships, man. I just don't understand why these guys continue to be in the spotlight with these relationships. But just like Kelsey over there at Kansas City when he had his very public relationship with his black girlfriend and then swapped her out for Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
I think this kind of parallels that. Because this woman decides who I don't know who she is. That's why I don't like when they say the woman alleges. They the media is quick to say the man name, but they try to keep the woman's face. They'll show the face, but they don't put the receipts on the names. You can't make these type of accusations and your name not added in it. I don't respect media outlets that don't do that. If you're gonna do that, you need to do the same homework to be able to bring this woman's name. And if somebody looking at me shady because I'm talking about it, I'm speaking in it in the right tone. The woman alleges that Commander's Jeremy Reeves flew her out months before proposing to his girlfriend. Weezo, I know you got something to say, brother. I mean, that's what they want to show too. They want to show the side looking like she got a BBL done, and so they took her social media and instead of just staying out of it, because it really looks like you was just a jump off with your Celine skull cap on, and your stiletto nails and your BBL tight pants on. She want to say we definitely had fun. Not the same man who was in my DMs trying to fly me out, and I'm gonna use screw for better terminology, PG-13. And screw, I think not. You're gonna negate the last inflammatory word. Deke, what you think about women that come out of the woodworks? Because it's going to be some folks that are looking at the black-white card and seeing that he chose a white woman. It's going to be black women that's going to say why he didn't choose a black woman. But I think it's the same thing for Kelsey. Even though he's a white man, but it's unfortunate that many of our black women are turned into jump offs.
Yeah, that's it. Like you just said it. They are not trained to be wives. See, I know they're saying that he's gonna marry a Punky Brewster or a Blossom.
Oh my God!
But out of every woman race, out of all the races, if you look at what's happening, they are being raised to be wives and to be family makers. They're not being raised to be independent go-getters. You don't need that, man. Taking this money. See, a lot of us got to look at mama for bringing this generation of black women it's terrible. And the sad thing about it, until they now, and they one-sided and very hypocritical, because Serena can get on her knees and marry Jeffrey Dahmer, and it's gonna be girl, she upgraded, girl. Oh, girl, looking at that girl. I told you don't need Tyrone. All you need is Tim. Yep, see that? And then next thing you know, she buried in the backyard over there in Niagara somewhere. But see, our thing is, I'm telling you, Hollywood Red, that woman still gonna stay with that black man, that white woman. You can all the jump offs to come on out. That don't even mean nothing now.
Facts.
See, it's all about energy. This is why I tell couples when they go to the Deacon's couple relationship counseling to get your tail off their Instagram and that social media, because your mama ain't gonna want to see you happy, especially if she's single and smoke cigarettes. All of and these some of the meanest stuff. Ain't it sad how Christian?
Oh my God!
You would think that we would be the most put together race in the world with everybody a Christian in the black community. All them single women Christians. Ain't that? But look at how we living. Boy, we Christian, but we live for the devil. And that's the crazy thing. If we really took that Bible seriously and read Revelations and read husband and wife, because a lot of us Christians, you know, it's sad. We going along with a lot of this stuff that's happening. And, yes, sir. And I'm gonna tell you something too, y'all. Sexy Chocolate Hollywood. The Deacon learned something. A dude told me that they vote for the left because he said that a lot of our people that's voting for the left, even though that voting for the left is the worst thing to do, but he knows that that's one of those votes that's gonna have your race out of control and everything. And this is what done happened to us, y'all. Yes.
KT, what you got, brother?
To put context with it, man, it's confirmed that she lied. She's lied and she a catfish.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So she clout chasing.
Yeah, it's not even a real scenario.
Why do you see? I mean, again,
but remove that from him. This does happen to guys all the time who make it.
Yeah, but the caveat in that is that who does it happen to? It only happens to us.
It's a majority of the time, but it's some white guys who've been through this. But it's majority.
Those folks that's in those scenarios, that's like a needle in the haystack. Name one off the top of your head that's gonna be a household name that it happens to. Like I say, I brought Travis Kelce up, but that wasn't no clout chasing. I mean, she did, but she tried to, she got on the interview saying what type of woman am I to pay half? That's what she's been quoted as saying.
I would say Danny DeVito.
My goodness. Please don't tell me that because Danny DeVito is about 70 years old.
No, you're right though. It happens, but when it happens to black guys, is more on the front cover.
Facts, but it's also very prevalent. I don't see that happening. You don't see it to Spanish guys. I mean, let's look at even the Coach Spoelstra. The thing that that was viral about him was that he ended up getting a divorce, and the Miami Heat waited until the divorce was final before they did his new contract to avoid him having to bust that down with his supposedly gold digging ex-wife. But you don't see, but he was at least married. He was with her for a minute, so that's not the same. I don't think so. So why does it always seem to happen to us, Deke? Why does it always seem to happen to the black men with these type of scenarios? Is it because our choices are just so screwed up? Is it because just because the media just chooses to pick these stories?
More of
that.
I'll let Sexy Chocolate first. Go ahead, Sexy.
I'm gonna keep mine short and simple. Just like I know a black man ain't good for nothing for sports and entertainment. And it's entertaining to the other people to see us go through this stuff. But what's more concerning to me is that a lot of these athletes, they tend to want to date the other side of the hand. They tend to want to date this side. And I don't know if that's a problem. I just want to know why they tend to go this way instead of this way. Well, but that could be another topic for another week.
Well, I mean, even with Saquon Barkley, I seen him with his, but he has children with us. Are they married or is that just a girlfriend?
I don't care. I'm the best dude in the state. I'm not with that.
But is that his? I have to do a little bit of check and find out. Is that his wife or is that his girlfriend? Weezo, what you got, brother?
Oh man, well, getting back with what Sexy Chocolate just say, a lot of this too is done. This is a business move too. A lot of it ain't just clout chasing. A lot of it, I believe, a lot of those sports, like the folks that's when they get signed to get them deals, because a lot of brothers come from the hood. And we come from seeing our single mother, and let's keep it a buck. A lot of these black men don't want to go back to that. They love their mama, but they don't love her enough so they can be just like mama. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. And so when it gets to responsibility, see, they played a trick and bamboozled the woman in our community because she feels like she's not responsible for none of these decisions. That's just them Negroes that's doing that. But y'all, yeah, because when your woman, if you look at all the stuff that's happening, even though we are the most targeted race, that don't mean we got to drink the water. And the sad thing about this is, yes, it takes a woman, just like what that Muslim guy was saying. He said that even though Kamala played the role but she didn't believe in abortion. She didn't believe in none of that stuff that she was putting on our people and the women mind. But he said, do you think she gonna kill a Muslim baby like they'll do a Black or Foundation American baby? And see, we got to look at all this, and we got to ask questions, even with our pastors and our Black politicians and all the folks. We are a sick race, and we have to be better. Yes, we are. We need medicine. We cannot live like this, and it's not fair to a young generation of children. How come the children doing worse than the mama and the daddy? That's not supposed to happen.
Facts.
Our children they smoking cigarettes at the age 12. They robbing. They ain't even got a childhood no more. And so I say that to say that. So we gonna go and marry Kathy and Becky at that Lakewood Ranch and that university, and she could be a plain Jane, but she better than Tasha with that BBL, and she smell better.
Big facts, brother. Hey, T, you found out any facts on that?
His longtime girlfriend from Penn State.
Long-time girlfriend
from Penn State.
It's just crazy to me. That's crazy to me that even for him to choose Becky, he didn't wife her. Like, I don't understand that.
At some point, we have to have that real talk. But why a lot of guys choose that path, though? Well, path because it's they don't talk back too much. It's I hate to be stereotypical, but it's the truth. I deal with both sides. They're a little bit more submissive,
Yeah.
But why he ain't? But why he didn't? Why he ain't married her? Why he ain't wiped her up? Because he got chilling with her. So why he ain't wiped her up?
He ain't crazy. He ain't crazy. He ain't crazy. He just don't. Right now, she misses right now.
Yeah.
But on the real spill though, you already know when it comes to dealing with women of all color, there's a lot of talking back. They put you in some bad situations, and not all of them. So I don't want to say it, but let's say 70-30, and put the camera on me. And dealing with this side is a little easier to just get along with.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Okay.
I think that we as a people, but not just us. Like I've had relationships with Spanish women, and there's some spiciness there too. Now, while we talking about spicy, let's go ahead and go into this. Let's go into this next trending topic with these not necessarily spicy, but saucy. These saucy nuggets. Oh my goodness! You got Saucy Santana as the spokesperson for these new Wendy's nuggets.
Lord have mercy.
I just don't understand, and I was hoping to find out that this was just something that was because now with the technology now, anybody can throw this together and make it seem believable. So as far as I know, this is actually facts.
I'm looking into it now,
and this is just as the topic of the day. This is ridiculous.
I hate to say ridiculous without Saucy Santana. I mean, well,
Oh my goodness, D. I'm gonna throw it to you first. How ridiculous is this?
Yeah, what heterosexual man want to eat his sauce his saucy nuggets. Yeah, I feel violated, but you know what? The crazy thing.
My goodness.
Yes, it's the women. If you go in them comment sections, it's them bad bees and the modern women who rat that in girl.
Supporting this foolishness.
They love that type of stuff. And our women have become, and that's another thing, they have become perverts to evilness, but they want a blessing. How you gonna eat saucy Santana nuggets? Yeah. But then you want a good Christian result out of that.
Oh my goodness, boy! You said
see, people get mad. They get mad at us because we're telling the truth. Oh, you talking bad about, man, it's time for their stuff to die. We can no longer be left behind. Everybody's better than black people in this country right now. Even everybody moved ahead of us. And they're doing it because their women know their place and they're keeping the family together. Everybody ain't just boss bees and can do it by themselves with this mindset.
You, brother.
Yes, sir.
That is the truth.
Yeah, and we have to kill it. This is not fair. What's happening with black children? They can't read, they can't spell, they don't know what a mom and a dad is. God. They don't even know what a hot meal is. These people don't even cook for nobody no more.
I mean, I'm trying to understand whose taste palette is actually savoring
saucy nuggets,
saucy Santana nugs.
We I just don't
understand who, brother. If I had liked the nuggets beforehand, which which I haven't, this would not. I would because I'm thinking about it I'm thinking about it in like the perspective of that I'm getting ready to eat these nuggets, and you're trying to tell me it comes from this image here. What man wants to eat these?
Oh man.
What man? You showing this to me in the drive-thru, and I'm getting ready to come and get a 10-piece of this.
Donnell Brown to eat them. Yeah, you know, I just said DJ Kama Sutra now. DJ Kama Sutra tell them nuggets, so he'll lick the pack. But yes, sir. You know, him and Leroy Shepard, they'll eat them nuggets. But don't
do my boy Leroy like that. Shout out to my brother Leroy. Shout out to my brother Leroy. You putting governments in here again. I got to reverse that. Shout out to my brother Leroy Shepard.
Yes, sir.
Get his old government out there because I know he gonna be watching this, man. Shout out to my brother. He done changed his life coming out, and you know, and a lot of our brothers.
Yes, sir.
We need to uplift them when they change in their life, man. So in all seriousness, man, I salute them. I salute all my brothers that like myself. I made some mistakes.
Now, when you mean change, are we talking about change behavior or sex change now? You know,
my goodness.
You know, we have to be accurate.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We got to be yes, sir. A lot of that done happen too now. A lot of men done changed their life. Leroy, when you want to point the artillery, yes, sir.
You go after your brother Weasel over there, cause
yes, sir. Oh God, no, and don't point your artillery now. Please. Yeah, I don't want that. Yes, I don't want nothing to do with your artillery now.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, keep your gun down now, goddamn. I don't need it pointing up and hard.
My goodness.
Yeah, I don't need to steal now. I mean, you know, yes, sir. Yeah, I just should.
Moving on to our next subject, which probably, again, while you're talking, brother, you probably gonna be the first one to take on this head first. I heard they had some beef now for some years. Well, at least in the headlines, you know, that Charleston White and Gilly the Kid from $1 million worth of game. They had some beef. I don't necessarily agree when you start adding families into the scenario. So Charleston, I just can't agree with you on the way that at least this video is representing you for how you're trying to just trying to keep this animosity and all this beef going on, man. We got to do better as brown-skinned black people. We can't be this ignorant to where somebody loses a child and now you want to use that as ammunition to keep the ignorance going on. So from what I understand, Gilly the kid lost his son, which was into some ignorant stuff. He got killed from some street stuff. And because that him and Charleston White had some beef already going on, he chose to make this wood into the fire and made that a topic of discussion. Did you know anything about this, brother, before I get
yes, sir. The video? Yes, sir. Working with Charleston White, and he's a shock job. He's one of them type of men that'll just really go, if he see all of us going for one side, he'll go to the other one just for the heck of it. But I never agree with him going at kids or definitely dissing the dead, especially for Gilly the kid, because you're right. That right there is that's a horrible thing. And sometimes when you speak of that kind of stuff amongst this man family, you're opening up yourself for the same energy. So you gotta be
facts.
Yes, sir. Because one thing I learned about life, and I'm learning, and this is why, again, we have to go back to being private, and we have to change our whole life thing because social media, it could be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing. Yes. So we have to be careful what we're throwing up there. And then you never know who, like Hollywood, I agree with how you run the show. You never know who's listening. And you might get a blessing, but you're going to mess it up. You talking like this about these dead people children.
It's a fact. Let's go ahead and check out this video.
Say, look, this is what my kids give me for Father's Day. Gilly, cash money backup singer. Say, cash money backup singer. I'm sorry, backup dancer. Say, listen, I'm finna call my boy, because you can't call yours. You got to do this. Oh, I miss my son. I don't miss my, I'm finna call mine right now. Hold on, let me call my son. Because I'm finna do this, because Gilly can't call here.
Oh my God!
Wow. Goddamn son.
Hello.
What's up, mijo?
What's up, there?
What you doing?
Man,
Oh, okay, you got to go to work today?
So yeah, man, that gave enough context for what I was trying to say for it. I mean, that's just blatant, man. I got plenty of enemies out there, not because I want to, but just because if you're not for me, you against me. It ain't because I want you to be. It's just that's what you showed. That's what you showed me. So I can understand if these guys got some personal stuff going on. But one thing that I got enough integrity about is that I'm not gonna add nobody's family. If I got a problem with Slim Cat, it's gonna be between me and him. Yeah. It's my brother, and we ain't got problems. I'm gonna come to him first. If I had a problem with Dick and Weasel, I ain't gonna talk about his kids. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna have enough integrity to do that. And Charleston White is as versed as he is with being a past politician, with being an influencer on the media. I'm very disappointed that he took that low of a blow. And I really hope to God that he really reaps what he sows in that, because there's nothing beneficial about that. Slim Cat, what you got, brother?
Wow. I I don't rock with Charleston, man, so I don't have much to say about him. He's a flip flop, like Weezo say.
Yeah.
If everybody, because one moment I just watched him. One moment he supported Tupac, the next moment he sold Tupac out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he flip flop. So whoever he always go against the grain. So say all of us like mashed potatoes, he gonna go against it.
Mm-hmm.
If all of us like collard greens and turkey wings, and he gonna say, "Oh no, we can't eat that. What kind of N-word eat turkey wings? Y'all ain't been raised right." You know, he take everything extreme, but disrespecting the dead, nothing comes good for it. And he does it, man. Now he on this thing right now. He going at Tariq Nasheed about the FBAs.
Oh man, he going at Tyreek.
Oh yeah, he on Tyreek neck. He said F Tyreek. Oh, he went off on Tyreek yesterday.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he on Tyreek. He want Tyreek out of here. He talking about black people. He say black people ain't built this country. He said we need to stop claiming stuff we ain't did.
Oh my God.
He said the white man taught us how to grow food, how to do this and do that and do all this stuff. So he's a wild one, man. So I ain't got many words for Charleston.
Well, and then they talk about Tyreek's wife and all kind.
They going crazy on Tyreek right now, man.
Oh, they
sad, man. Sad situation, brother.
Charleston White is a more extreme Tommy Sotomayor.
He's very dangerous, man.
It is dangerous because he understands how loaded
how to work it,
that his statements can be. They're really weapons of mass destruction.
Yes.
Wow.
Because once he unleashes that, there's no telling how much damage that is doing. You can't clean that up. And I think he feels entitled to do that now. That okay, whether you get offended or not, the people who do, it's just more like get over it. You reap what you sow, brother.
Yeah.
And I don't wish no negative on nobody.
Yeah.
But when you're the author of those type of when you're the author of stuff like that, it's eventually you're gonna flip that page and you're gonna be in the next chapter.
Exactly.
So I pray that he really sees the error in his ways. So
I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead,
brother. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I say he's not gonna change because before, Charleston was real in the beginning. Now he got the chains, the bracelets. Now he acting like the rappers.
Yeah.
He what he's looking like? You know what he's starting to look like? He's starting to look like a plant.
He is the plant.
He's looking like a plant.
He disrespect King Von, even though King Von wasn't no saint. But to cuss a man mama out because what the child is doing ain't right. We all had parents. Our parents told us stuff. Hey, don't do that. And we still snuck out the house and did what we had to do. So you can't really cuss. No, he cussed that man mama out. He disrespected man mama so bad because what her son did. So
you can't meet ignorance with ignorance. It just, you can't fight fire with fire. You got to be, you fight fire with water. You can't bring that same energy and think that you're going to extinguish these fires. There's so many fires out here, and it just seems like guys like him, they're just adding a new one to the situation. So yeah, man, Charleston White, brother, you get the donkey award for this one, brother.
Yes,
I'm telling you that straight up, brother. And you can come after me. Guys like that, I'm going on record to tell you, brother, you need to be ashamed of yourself. For taking you have a lot of prominence in the black community. You could do better, brother. You could do better.
But we gotta blame ourselves for even giving people like this the credence. They even, who is he to speak on black empowerments and all that stuff? He went to jail. He used to brag about taking stuff from white women when he was young. So he's a hypocrite, man. He goes wherever the wind blows.
Very true, brother.
He don't Travis Hunter side because everybody against Travis Hunter. Now, everybody said Travis Rice is doing the right. He would have went against Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So you can't trust nobody like that. He's just trying to keep the money coming out. He's trying to get his money, but it ain't gonna last.
Big facts. I'm glad you segued into Travis Hunter. As you can see on the screen, Travis Hunter chooses to side with Lil Wayne's Young Money Sports Agency. Now, prior to this, now I know Lil Wayne has been a co-host in Skip Bayless's sports show. But prior to that, other than this, him making appearances, I think isn't he a Green Bay Packers fan?
Yes.
I think he makes a lot of headlines of saying he's a Green Bay Packers fan, which surprisingly coming from New Orleans, you would think he'd be a Saints fan, but that's just like Kareem, it's just like Slim Cat over there being a Floridian, and he's a Baltimore fan, but he's also a 49ers fan. He about, I think he got like 10 sports teams.
No, he ain't never seen that.
Bro, that's a fact. We work with the city. You had, every time one of your teams lost, you had another one to come up with that made you still look like a winner.
I always been Kentucky basketball, Florida State football, Baltimore football, Clippers NBA. And baseball, Atlanta Braves.
Your NFL teams, brother, has been very fleeting. But I ain't gonna stay on that too long.
Yeah, we digress.
But what being another avid sports fan, how do you feel about this? With his headlines having bad decision making with his relationships, who do you think is in his ear telling him that this was a good decision?
I ain't gonna say it's Dion because Dion ain't with him. Maybe he always been the guy to try to go the blow thing up. He tried it with Dion and it worked out. So I guess he's gonna get Lil Wayne, Young Money, a chance. I see one thing about Travis. He tried to be the trendsetter. He tried to go against the grain. So dealing with Wayne, because he ain't even know who Wayne was till his girl introduced him to the music. So
ain't no way, brother.
Yeah,
ain't no way. Ain't no way that he did not know who Lil Wayne was prior to that.
Man, I'm telling you, this is the truth. This is the truth. Yeah. Travis Hunter said it at the ceremony.
Yeah. He also said some foolishness about how the way he got with his girlfriend, which I saw that interview and I seen some holes in that story too. And he got a little brother that's coming up, Travis. I think his name.
Something like that. Yeah.
I hope he ain't being groomed by his brother's decision because he, just because you athletic, you making good plays on the field, you ain't making good plays in life. What you think about this, brother? Do you think that somebody like Travis Hunter to be a representation of young black men that's transitioning from college sports to the pros, would you have your son if he was a prominent sports player? Would you want Travis Hunter to be somebody that he looks at as a role model? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We'll get back to Dick. So I'm gonna go back to you, KT. Yeah. Would you have your son look up to him as a role model with the decisions he's making?
With Travis. Yeah. I don't think, I think Travis' decisions don't look bad to the public. Like I said, we don't know what he knows behind the door. Like I said, he probably knew about his girl before he can hit the public. So I'm leaning more towards that. And like I said, Travis did good for himself, man. He's making money. He's a gamer. Travis is a good role model for a child. Because he went against the grain. By not going to Florida State, to go to Jackson State was against the grain. Not going to Young Money instead of going to Drew Rosenhaus and all these other agency guys. It's going against the grain. So I think he's about our people for sure because he give our people the chance. So I respect that about him.
What do you think? Real quick, what do you think about his brother? What do you know about him?
I'm not in tune with his brother. I've seen some highlights, but
The highlights that I saw wasn't nothing that really that jumped out to me. I think it was clout chasing just because it is his brother. I ain't really seen nothing special. I saw him catch a pass during some type of practice or whatever. But
I think he'll make it though. He'll make it because of his brother's shit. Now, will he be good? I don't know.
That sounds like some nepotism to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that just like just like LeBron's son. I mean, it just sounds like you getting in on the good graces of you people that came after you. And I'm a LeBron fan, but we got one of our seasoned guests that came in the house. Shout out to Frank Nick. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
Cooling. KT, Deacon, what's happening?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
For one thing, Hollywood.
What we gonna talk about that Pop-Tart?
No, one thing we all benefiting from nepotism, especially you. You had no business being at the state of break, but that's a different subject. Go ahead. We talk about the Pop-Tart. You had no business getting that opportunity.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
No, you didn't.
Yes, sir. Oh my God. Let's talk about this hurricane. Let's go.
Yeah, let. And I wasn't even finna go there tonight, but my brother decided to tap in, so he was ready for the smoke. Oh my goodness, the Pop-Tart Bowl.
It's a topic when we lose, but when Florida State
Pop-Tart Bowl,
went dildo and y'all ain't had nothing to say.
You did though. You made sure to come in with an entrance on it. You wanted to make sure
you had no segment on it. Now you want to have a segment.
We ain't got no segment. There was no segment. There was no segment. You just brought it with you, brother.
And they crying about the playoff.
You brought the fumes with you. You brought the smells with you. You stinking up the place, brother.
Yeah. That boy played for one half and broke the record and said, "I'm done with you boys."
I mean, your boy Cam didn't even want to play the whole game. I guess he thought that was good. He didn't have draft insurance like Shador and Travis Hunter. Like they made sure to the Colorado made sure to cover them boys. All that money in Miami, y'all couldn't have covered Cam Ward to feel comfortable to play the whole game.
Hey, Shador and them boys come from money. Cam come from the projects, the poker big.
Oh my goodness.
We ain't got time for that. We done made changes already though. You see,
man, that's our third D coordinator in 4 years.
Hey, y'all working. How many coaches y'all paying? How many head coaches Florida State playing?
Oh, we done with Willie. Willie paid off.
Y'all didn't play Willie. Old Willie still owe about 2 more checks.
No, he done. He got paid out last year.
I know y'all still paying Fisher.
No, Fisher quit on us. He A&M had to pay us for taking him.
I don't believe that.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
We didn't fire Fisher.
That's right.
I don't believe
that.
That's a fact.
You better look it up, brother.
You know I'll be doing my research.
Look it up, brother. You should have did that research when you came here speaking that blasphemy over here.
Why you worried about Florida State? We talking about them Pop-Tarts.
Because y'all talking about my team and y'all shouldn't even be talking football.
Bro, when you playing in the
Pop, while I was handling my business, you talking about the Patriots need to draft a quarterback. They just drafted Drake May last year.
Hey, he ain't gonna cut it. He ain't gonna cut it.
Why would they invest another first round pick into another quarterback? Y'all boys don't know nothing. That's typical Florida State Seminole fan. They don't know too much about football.
What did New England do this year?
What you mean what they did? He didn't start. Jacoby Brissett started.
Exactly.
And he came in the 7th game of the season, and he's one of the top rookie quarterbacks of this year. He's right behind Jaden Daniels in all the rookie quarterback passing statistics.
How many teams with their rookie quarterback when they looking like trash, they abandon all of that and they go ahead and make that they go ahead and play them. So stop. That is very custom. That's customary. That's very customary that even though a rookie quarterback, if the team is trash, they will play them. They're not going to sit there and let them just
said the
sit on
team
the
wasn't
bench.
trash. But
Well,
they're
that's
not
what
going
I'm
to
saying. You
draft
said he
another
didn't get no
quarterback
playing time. He didn't get no playing time
to replace Drake May. Drake May is not the issue. It's the rest of the team. They need talent.
No, you crazy.
They gonna draft Travis Hunter. I put 250. I put 250 on that.
You need to come right down to Jacksonville, baby, and you speaking
I put
blasphemy.
250 on that. Patriots gonna draft Travis Hunter.
That's bet. I'm not going to doubt that that's going to happen, but he need to come down to Jacksonville. We going to know how to treat him down there.
If the Patriots get the first pick, they're going to draft Travis Hunter.
I guarantee you they get that receiver from Arizona Wildcat. But I can't bet you.
Well, let's put it this way. They won't be drafting a quarterback. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
You're right about that. You know,
yeah, you got a point. I'm not going to
say it. To go to the Raiders, man. The Raiders going to ruin his career.
But yeah, I ain't mean to sideline the combo. That one.
You good, brother. You good. We definitely invite that, because you're gonna take a little beating. You're gonna take a little beating now with that Pop-Tart bowl. Because you told me that was
when you was watching.
You told me that was your favorite breakfast, my brother.
What was y'all Florida State Seminoles when we was playing?
Let me tell you something. Nothing get me more turned on than watching Miami lose, boy.
It's sad, bro. 20 years. 20 years.
All y'all boys are still on the couch, still eating leftover from Thanksgiving.
That's okay, but it took you 20 years to get this good and really still bad, and y'all boys couldn't even win the division. Y'all have never won the ACC in 20 years. Y'all are trash. Y'all are trash. That's okay. The year that you beat us, you still can't win the ACC, brother.
We beat y'all next year too.
We
beat y'all next year too.
All I'm gonna say is that the U is back, brother. And we're gonna get into the hot seat for the night.
You're listening with Dick and Weasel on the Hollywood Red Show.
Yes, sir. It's 2025, and it is our first hot seat with none other than my brother, Deacon Weasel. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, brother, man? Happy New Year to you. Happy 2025. Man, speaking of he say, it ain't even, the income tax checks ain't even been passed out, and we already into some foolishness. Speaking on he say, she say, go on and get it in for this hot seat.
Yes, sir.
I still don't believe she's a girl. I think it's so crazy. Gender-wise or her sexuality, whatever the case may be, like, let her be open to making her own decisions when she's old enough to make those proper decisions.
Have you decided if you're nursing or not?
Me having my top surgery and they redoing my nipple grafts, I actually can't breastfeed.
What are your dreams for your daughter?
I just want her to grow up and just to be everything she want to be. I'm the dad that says, what's the next step? If she want to be an astronaut, I will support it, but I'm not going to the moon with you, baby. I will see you when you get back.
How would you describe your pregnancy journey so far?
It's been good for the most part. In the beginning, I had a few complications. She's been growing and she's healthy, and I haven't had any complications since then. It's been very good with the support of the doctors. I haven't had any bad experiences with me going to the doctor. Didn't know I'm transgender and carrying my own child. People stop me in public, and I don't know them at all. They say congratulations. I've really never had any bad scenarios.
No, cut that. In Hollywood,
yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there for a minute. What is going on in this ridiculous situation?
Man, speaking on hot seat, man, and just he say, she say. First of all, boy, that looked like I thought that was Tim Sims pregnant. I say, man, look at this old ugly. But I just, I'm gonna tell you, y'all women, y'all need to come sit in this hot seat, because y'all. Now it's sad that your life that ugly and that depressing to where you signing autographs at Winn-Dixie because they don't know if you Tyrone or Tasha. It's sad. So now you confusing. Yeah. And a lot of y'all, we got to get the mind right in our community. Because a lot of people, especially you sisters, y'all will go along with anything. If he were pregnant by a Rottweiler, you'll be right there talking about I'm being the godmama. If that thing lady with that jungle guard, I swear y'all would have a christening and the birth certificate party right there. We got to stop this. I wouldn't give a doggone who get upset, who get mad, because Moon P should not be the mama and daddy when they have this other baby now. And y'all know that this
Oh
baby.
my
And
goodness.
we got Mother's and Father's Day. And shout out to my brother Moon P. But we got the car. I thought she rapped for, I ain't know who this. I thought she rapped for 4-1. I just, she scared me because she looked like Leroy the Shepherd. God dang it. I swear, man, I ain't get shame on y'all who let this happen. And any man, you should not, any man that laid up with him, you should be ashamed of yourself. When is it gonna take? And I bet it was somebody we knew that waited till 2 a.m. after they done left that Rose Bar and with their horny self. You should be ashamed. It's time for us to cut it out, and it's the deacon with the hot seat.
Hold on, bro. Yeah, let tap back. Let's tap back in. Hold on. Let's hear a little bit more.
Oh man. Oh, okay.
Like
yes,
people
sir.
stopping me and it caused a problem.
So tell me about like your decision to start sharing on social media and YouTube channel.
This is my belly. 7 months. Sharing my transition on my pregnancy on social media, it always been a thing because it's rare. When you look it up, it's like short videos on transitioning the LGBT community, or it's like the negative things. I want to put a positive view, a positive perspective on like who we are as humans.
What kind of responses have you been getting?
The negative responses is like, why would you wait to transition to have a baby, or I'm going to make the baby hate me, and
I swear
you would never be a dad, and the child.
Got a nice little shape.
Let's stop it right there. She says that she will never be considered a dad. I mean, that's facts, right, brother? How would you respond to that?
Man, well, she gonna take. At least she can summon her own self to child support court. She for Father's Day, she the mama and the daddy. Literally, yes, sir. She is the single parent, but yes, sir. But she biracial.
Oh my goodness.
She mama and daddy ugly self. Go to Ben's barbershop to go get her a haircut. I swear, with that clean old Rick Ross shape up there, that's sad, man. And some of y'all would sit right up there and instigate this. We got to get out of supporting foolishness and craziness and start being honest about this community and ourselves. That's not fair to the child. They got to look up and ask mama where daddy and daddy where mama at. The child is confused. Yes.
Brother, this is ridiculous.
It's sad.
Ridiculous.
You know, you got a beer belly or a concussion, man. Hollywood is sad. Rubbing on the belly, talking about what's it gonna be. You don't know if that's an old English or baby.
Oh my goodness, brother. Let's hear the rest of this foolishness. This ridiculousness that's going on. Oh my goodness.
Is gonna resent you when they get older. You're confusing your child. You're not gonna tell her the truth. I feel like I also document these videos for me, but also for her to know where she came from or know me before my transition. Almost forgot to take my vitamin. I really don't pay attention to the negativity because I just feel like the opinions, they really don't matter to me. It's not their baby, they're not raising her. And as long as she's filled with the right amount of love, respect, I feel like the negative would never outweigh the positive. I just wish the society do better with understanding transgender people as humans. Telling my family, it was exciting for me to actually see like everybody's faces.
Hey, what's up? What you doing here today?
What's up, bro? It was more so shocking because I really didn't tell nobody I was trying to have a baby until after the fact. I think the first time I told you in January that I thought I was pregnant, I wasn't pregnant. So then I didn't tell you I was trying again. So when I did,
I was mad.
Why?
Yeah, you should be mad, brother. I'm just trying to figure out where's the logic in this. But you know, Grandma about to go in because you know what, I've already watched this. Grandma gonna say some level of truth in a little bit. But what you done thought? What you done heard from this last little bit that we played, Deacon?
Nah, man, the Deacon just what the Deacon I heard is just I just pray for the energy. I just stay the hell. I can't. The Deacon can't even with the mindset. You know it. Boy, look at here. The Deacon can't even. I mean, to look at that, to look at T. Roy sitting up there pregnant, man, knowing y'all played for the Broncos together. Boy, it's crazy. And then sitting there with the baby with the Instagram pregnancy test. Lord help. And you always take your ugly self on the social media. A lot of y'all should be banned. I'm telling you, Lord have mercy. Oh, Mississippi burning face. And then got a neat, boy, I tell you, man, it got a neat edge on them. Oh my goodness, you go to Dooney to get your hair cut. Man, I'm just so sick of, I guess the woman said, well, hell, she don't like men, so she want to be what she don't like men. I tell you, man.
Oh my goodness.
Let Grandma go on and finish
Dick,
off.
Dick. Save a little bit. We got the last round coming up in just a second. You done already knocked him out. Let's go ahead and hear this last little bit of this ridiculousness going on.
Man. I was. Remember I told you I was just at
wrong timing?
Yeah, wrong timing. And I just wanted you to be stable, like financially. Like I wanted you to have all your ducks in a row. Now she got everything that she need. Like you planned it and you planned on taking care of her as you doing right now. So just waiting on her, basically.
Yeah, how did you respond?
I was a little shocked. You switched to trans and then you come up and tell me you're pregnant. Later, what? I'm trying to make the connection, but
See, Grandma go always tell the truth. See, she was trying to save her lineage. She was trying to save her, not him. She was trying to save her. Now what you think what Grandma had to add? She was talking the truth.
Yeah, Grandma was telling the truth, and that's the sad thing. A lot of the young folks bringing Grandma, they trying to make Grandma go to hell with them because they sitting here knowing Grandma a Christian and one of the last good Christians left that keep the family together. How can Grandma go amongst God with all this confusion? Man, this is why I say, man, y'all leave the good stuff alone, man. We got to clean up, y'all. I swear.
Oh my God.
He say, she say. I tell you, I don't know what. And then some of these chicks look like they daddy already. So imagine old big strong Hogan face.
Oh my goodness.
Man. And
Well,
then the sad thing,
nothing against our people.
I didn't know what was going on. I tell you, Hollywood.
Nothing against our people, but when you got a sister named Marlisha.
Oh God. We're from Mississippi. Yeah, so they got to be from Belle Glade or Mississippi somewhere. That's a hard face looking black family right there. Oh, they must be from from Noonan, Georgia or somewhere.
Oh my goodness! Yes, don't do Noonan like that. Don't do it like that. I know some. I done dropped off a lot of my truckloads in Noonan. It's some good people out there. You know, a few of them. Let's hear this last little tidbit.
Well, one quick thing too, Hollywood. She do look like our lawyer buddy. Got Brother Crump in the face.
My goodness!
Oh Lord have mercy. Yes.
Don't do my brother Crump like that. He is a good loyal. Him and his wife, good loyal Facebook friends of mine, and I had nothing to do with that.
Yes,
that's nothing for you to come back and find a deacon for that.
Yes.
I also know that from our conversations when you was young.
I always wanted to carry my baby, whether it was through me transitioning or not transitioning.
But what it's been like for y'all, see some of the comments, social media.
I don't like the negative comments. It's in me to defend you. You strong, but I also know the real you, and I also know some things be hurtful that people say, even though it doesn't matter because you don't know them.
I'm grateful for you don't mind talking about you. That has stopped me from having a lot of arguments with people. You don't mind explaining, you don't mind educating. Your process really has been about education.
This one. And then this her heartbeat.
We waiting for you, girl. We waiting for you, little girl.
What kind of dad do you think he'll be?
I think he'll be a great dad. He's gonna be a wonder dad.
I just know that this is gonna be a good thing for the family. You been good with everybody else.
Oh my goodness. See now grandma tried to use the good graces of the Lord to try to clean this up. Grandma, you turning into a janitor now. And it ain't no way, ain't no mop bucket, ain't no broom and dustpan gonna clean up this mess. Go ahead and ride it out, brother. What in the world is this ridiculousness going on?
Man, hey, Hollywood, she have said enough with just her look, so she can just go on and pray. And man, let's continue the laughter, man, with Hollywood Red podcast show. And you have been in tune with the hot seat, and let's keep it going. Yes,
You're tuned in to the one and only, the Strategize Network, TSN.
And that has been
the
hot seat for this, for the first Hollywood Red show of the year. And as we fade away from that, I'm gonna bring in Dr. K. Everybody give a good welcome to Dr. K. Dr. K, how you doing?
Hi, doing fine, thank you.
Were you amused? Were you pleasantly amused by our hot seat? And with your background, please weigh in on what did you think about this ridiculousness going on?
Well, let's see. Let's look at this first before I make my comments. I see the energy in the room and how people are so much emotional about this whole thing. But there's something else we also need to look at. It doesn't matter who you are. We are all people first.
Very true. Very true.
Before we become anything else, we are people first. I can understand the controversy. I can understand the concerns that people have. But I think we need to look at who are we first and try to understand where are all these different things coming from? Where are these were not a part of our traditions before. But now they are very much in the mainstream of the society. I am not saying we accept them or deny them. What I'm trying to say is this. Can we find the dignity of respecting each and everybody's decision in what they do? So, if you make a decision, then you have to live with the decision. If you decide to go...
I didn't mean to throw you off, Dan. That was a support of what you had to say. But yes, they have to. We all have to own the decisions we are making. So please keep going.
Yes, the choices that we make in our lives, we have to understand every choice has a consequence to it. Some choices are going to bring bad consequences. So others are going to bring positive consequences. But as human beings, can we find a thin line where we can kind of respect each other for what we are and for the decision that people make, but when we turn around and look at the godly life We know what the Bible says. We know how God created human beings. And because of that, now we have changed what God made and what God created. Now, remember Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah were very innocent initially before they became what they became. And they went into some other things that God did not even understand where they were coming from. And God said, I hate the day I made these people. I am going to destroy them because of the choices they have made. I'm going to make sure that they do not exist anymore. So Sodom and Gomorrah was flattened because of sin. Now, keep in mind, there were people, some innocent people in Sodom and Gomorrah. A few of them, only one on his wife who left, but the wife turned back and became a stone. But her husband was able to get out of there because he came to his senses and realized, whatever going on here is very dangerous. I need to get out of here. To us also, we have to look at those kind of events because we are not too far away from what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. But can I change you? No, I can't change who you are. Can I change the decision that you have made? No, I cannot change those decisions that you have made. What all I can do is I can pray for you and also put you in the hands of the Almighty. Let the Almighty deal with you, not me. I don't want to be judgment. All I can say, the choice you have made has a consequence to it, and you have to live with that consequence. For us in the media, we can kind of make all kinds of noise about it, which is okay. We have a right to talk about how we feel about something. But I think on the other side, and I'm saying this based on the fact that I deal with all kinds of people, and I have to learn how to respect who they are, who they have chosen to be. It may not be right for me. It may not be, but I don't have to condemn them. I'm not in the business of condemning people. I'm in the business of helping people to realize that the choices that you make have consequences to it. And if you are willing to live with those consequences, then we have to just let you go and let you do what you want to do. On the other hand, all of us, yes, we can be on the media. We can say all kinds of things that we want to say. And some of you are not going to like what I'm saying. But the reality of it is everybody deserves some respect. And if everybody deserves some respect, yes, when people make decisions, let's talk about it without condemning them, but saying in a sense that, okay, you have made the choice. Let's see what kind of impact the decision that you have made might have on you, might have on the child, might have on your family. Let's look at that. Just look at it in a more accepting way, in the sense that they are human beings. It's a person just like you. There are some decisions you have made in your life, which are also not very good decisions, but we are not in the media talking about those decisions. But here we have a situation, but we need to understand that it's important that we don't condemn the person. We just discuss it in a more supportive way, allowing them to be who they are. Because if we don't do that, then we are judging them. Who am I to judge you? Who am I to judge the other person for the decision they have made? Since I cannot change what they have decided to do, then I just need to, if I don't like it, I just walk away from it, but I don't have to condemn that person. I can say, yeah, what you have chosen to do may have very serious repercussions down the road. Do I have to judge you and start saying saying that, yes, you have destroyed your... No, I don't have to say all that. But I can say there are some decisions that we make that are going to have very serious consequences to the society, to the families, to the individual who has even made that decision. But we have to respect that. We have to come in a way, say, all right, this is what you have decided to do. It's your choice. I don't have to judge you. I don't have to condemn you.
I can appreciate that and thank you very much for weighing in there, Dr. K. So being that that I know that your background is in counseling. So it sounds like pretty much that would be your approach if you were to counsel this young woman. Now, outside of counseling, what if this was a family member? Would you say the same thing, or would you put some different type of weight to that conversation because it's a little bit more close to home?
No, I won't do that. And the reason for that is this. No matter what position I take, my position is not going to make that person change. If they have decided that's what they have decided to do, I will just say to them, okay, that's a decision you have made. Now, get ready to deal with the consequences of your choice. And I'll leave it that way. So I will not put any other word to it. I will just say it's not acceptable, but at the same time, you have made that decision. Now you have to live with the consequences of your decision. That will be on you, not on me.
I can appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna open it up to the panel. Frank Nitt, since you joined us later in the show, and being that you are a father, what do you see as the implications of this, and in the pros and the cons of somebody that you might interact with that may present this type of situation?
Well, I first want to ask a question, if I may.
Go ahead, brother.
Dr. K.
Yes.
So based off your professional expertise, everything that you've learned in your career field, will you consider this individual mentally ill?
No. I
Can
will
you
not.
elaborate?
I will not consider them mentally ill because the decisions they are making here, they are very conscious of the decisions they are making. For a person to be mentally ill, you have to be incapable of making choices, incapable of making decisions that are right decisions. Now, we make mistakes. You may be very you may be very innocent, and you make a decision, and it may not go very well. It may have very serious repercussions. Does that make you mentally ill? No. All it says that you are a person of your own, and you decided to do that. And because of that, now all I can do is to prepare you to deal with the consequences of that. I will not consider this person to be mentally ill. No.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified that. So you said a mentally ill person is someone who is not capable of making decisions, correct?
Correct. Who is not capable of making conscious decisions.
Got you. So this person that we're talking about that we just viewed in this video, you have a female who just turned themselves into a male, and then they decided to get pregnant. So by definition of what you just clarified to us, that would make this person mentally ill based upon the fact that they're not coherent in their decision-making process. Because they wanted to first be a male. We all know by virtue of biology that a male can't have kids. So you want to portray yourself as a male, and now you're wanting to be pregnant as a female. You're confused. Somewhere in your mental, you don't know what's going on with yourself, your body, or your atonement.
Yes.
And in the Bible, it does say, judge not others, for you will be feared to be judged. However, in certain passages, it does say, do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment. So with righteous judgment, we know that there's only two sexes, a male and female.
And a female. Absolutely. I agree with you.
So this person is presenting themselves as a male, but yet they're confusing any youth. I'm a father, as AL alluded to. If my son, my sons are grown now, but if they're of age where they're impressionable and they don't know right from wrong, they will look at this person and think that that's okay because they are presenting themselves as a male, and now they're pregnant with the belly. So that's the kind of comments, I wanted to just, put that out there.
Okay, now let me follow up with what you're saying. I totally agree with you. Now, keep in mind, again, I go back to making decisions. There are some decisions people have made, and this is one of them that can bring very serious consequences. And guess what? They have to deal with those consequences. you are born a man. I don't care what you do. I don't care what kind of medication you take. You always be a female. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna change from what you are to something else, because the reality of life is that there are only two kinds of people, male and female, just as you said. So no matter how you want to change yourself, no matter what you want to do, you will never be what you're trying to be other than what you are originally.
Agreed. So
yes,
that's why I believe as people who follow the righteous teachings of Christianity, these type of things shouldn't be accepted. You know, we all can agree that this is a human being and they deserve the same rights, they deserve the same respect, they deserve to be treated with, you know, with respect. The fact that they are humanity. Respect. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't speak upon this as if it's wrong. You know, same thing. If someone goes out here and murders, steals, kills, whatever, we still will give that person respect, but that doesn't mean that they should be held in the same regard as everybody else. You know, they deserve to be punished. They deserve to be looked down upon. And I think that's a major problem with our community. We're too forgiving, and we're too, you know,
accepting.
Exactly. We want everybody to be included, and no matter what they do, they should be, you know, have some type of grace. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. These type of people should be shunned. They should be led astray, and we should let them know that what they're doing is not only hurting the community, but the kids are looking at this and they're seeing that, okay, if this person can do this, now I want to be a parrot. I want to be a cat. You know, anything goes at this point. You know what I'm saying?
So if I can chime in, so what I'm taking from what you're saying is that there needs to be some level of accountability.
Absolutely. Level of accountability, as well as the elders of our community providing leadership and letting these type of people know that this is not right. You know, of course, they deserve respect. They're human beings at the end of the day. But the things that people do need to have, like Dr. K said earlier, it needs to be some kind of consequence. And that consequence should be public, and it should be harsh. It shouldn't be just a tap on the hand, because we fail to, you know, this type of stuff doesn't happen over there in the Islamic communities or countries.
No,
it won't. This person would not be breathing right now. We all know this.
That's true.
So you know, that's what I got to say.
But I hear what you're saying. Yes, we have to hold them, but who are we to hold them accountable? The thing about it is this: there's so many things we can hold people accountable to. All right, but there is nowhere in the you know, other than in the Bible, there's no law that says somebody who decides to have sex exchange, or somebody who is going through, you know, change and they want to. There's no law against that. However, for us as a society, we can look at the framework where we come from, and the framework we come from, that is not allowed. So from that perspective, we can say, yeah, this is something wrong, but at the same time, we have to kind of what do you do with that person? Do you condemn them, or do you try to change the way they're thinking, or do you try to give them a chance to see it for themselves and experience the pain of what they have chosen? That's what we have to do sometimes. But again, as a society, we are not permissive, because we can say all what we want to say, but people will come down to they're gonna do what they want to do, and you can't stop them.
Well, I guess also is that the same type of energy that we apply to this person wanted to be public with this. Okay. So it'd be one thing if that person was just behind closed doors and somebody was peeking in their window and seen this. This person wanted this to be sensational. This person wanted this to be a conversation like we're having now.
Yes.
So you can't have, it's just like the celebrity status. You can't say that I'm a celebrity and then when you leave out your house, don't take pictures of me. It comes with the pros and the cons.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with both of what you guys are saying, but I am more on the side of the accountability, because also for our community, it's many black men that get disenfranchised for making criminal mistakes, and it's not treated the same way as somebody that's making these gender decisions. Mm-hmm. It's being more accepted with us. It's not being accepted outside of that. We bring more, I think we bring more grace and mercy for things like this, instead of, if we're going to do that, we need to blanket it all. I mean, look at Trump now. I voted for Trump, but at the same token, this man has all these felonies over his head, and still able to become president. Would a black man be able to do that? I don't think so. No. So it's a double standard when it comes to that, in my opinion. And this is a good example of how the way to contrast that. Deke or Slim Cat, you got anything to add to this, fellas? I know Deke got something. I ain't seen him in a little bit.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Deke, what you got, brother?
Papa, yes, sir, man. We just got keep calling it out, man. I want to cuss so bad, but I just,
Please don't.
Yeah,
Please
I know.
don't.
I know. That's why I just say, man, sometimes I got to shut up, because, man, I am so sick of this weird stuff. It just seems like we just accepting anything right now, man. I mean, man, Gary Coleman pregnant. I mean, come on, man. Boy, Lord have mercy. That boy, hey, man. And it's sad because you're bringing grandma to hell with you. You just leave grandma alone. Let her play her bingo and use that Social Security money to pay her tithes. Let grandma, and then leave her alone. Lord, that's the only. Look at how weird we are, man. Our race has become, and the women are allowing it. And you better not say nothing about your ugly child that's doing all this. You know he a pervert, but you still let the other kids in the back room. You know he feel on everybody. It's like they protect and take up for weird stuff, and I don't like it. I wouldn't care if it's my own family or child. If they retarded or sick, I'm gonna tell you. I'm tired of lying and trying to hold a lie to make myself look good. Like that stuff. Ain't y'all tired of this? We got to do better this year, y'all. Lord have mercy. Make the little man pee standing up. Let's stop all this old weird stuff. You're sitting down and you're 30 years old. Like, come on, man. We need men. We are behind, and other races are cheering us on. They ain't gonna do it, but they love to see us do it. We are entertained. Black people has become everybody's laughing stock and entertainment. This is why we on World Star and all these sites, and I'm tired of that.
Yeah, because the fact is that we crave these. We look at this as the only way, the only pathway to success.
Yes.
That's so it's just as I just said about the celebrity status. You got to take the goods and the bads. If you decide to make yourself public, like Travis Hunter with his relationship situation, or anybody that chooses to put themselves in the public platform, you got to take the good and the bad that comes with it.
Oh man, and it just seems like it's just on us. I get other races messed up, but I'm just tired. We need a year off, man. Please, get off the internet. And then it's like the wrong. What about the kids that know how to spell, that do wipe their backside, that take baths and love the Lord? You don't never see a camera in front of them. It's always so. I believe it's a setup. Absolutely. Who's running this? Because the behaviors that we haven't taught it to each other. We got to look at the white man. What Jew is somebody running this stuff with us? Why are we the only race that's shown this bad? And don't get me wrong, it's other races. All races are messed up. But it's something about us, man.
When the camera is on us, this is what it chooses to show. Just like the things that we choose to engage in. Why is it that every single thing that I can't watch no good show no more for something that has entertainment value, especially when it shows somebody that looks like me without a gay representation in there? Something's wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. It's feeding that. And so to me, just as being said, there has to be some level of accountability. Slim Cat, what you got, brother?
Hey man, I ain't got much, man. I'm just listening to y'all, man. I ain't got too much to say on that. Y'all covered all of it. So
yeah, but brother, you a father. So how would you respond to this?
I don't approve of it. That's what I'm talking about. So it's, I ain't gonna go with that. That ain't gonna work for me.
So how would you speak to it? So even if it wasn't as close to home, if it was just somebody that allowed you to ask your opinion, just say somebody that asked your opinion, what would you highlight if they gave you the open ear to say, hey, how do you feel about this?
Well, I don't know how to answer. They probably would know not to come to me about nothing like that. To be honest with you, they probably know they know my stilo already, so they already know how to move around when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, let me ask this situation.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you look at this only from the scope of a religious view, or do you, being that you're not so religious, is the only way to speak to this through a religious view, or can you speak to it from a secular level and still have something positive to say or negative?
All that I can tell them, man, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, man. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. That's all I can say. I say, nobody better not come to me about nothing like that, because they already know how I'm going to come at them. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. They already know I ain't with that. I ain't with that kind of foolishness. I don't play that. To each their own. But if you gonna do it, I don't need to know about it. It's not something I'm willing to. Not at this point in my life, I'm willing to deal with or accept. Maybe years later, but not right now. So that's all I stand on that.
I appreciate that. Well, we're gonna give it back to Dr. K while he's still with us. So Dr. K, you done heard the fellas, with the different perspectives, and I'd like for you to narrow your scope in, and if you are speaking to brown-skinned men in particular, and you were having a conference that was trying to again hold accountability for this, and let's say you were doing a Black man empowerment conference, and this was one of the discussions, how different would you focus your conversation, or would you? I know you gotta have a very broad perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you had to narrow it in more, what would you say differently?
Well, brothers and sisters, let me say this. This is not something that started yesterday. It is systematically orchestrated. And it's orchestrated that way to destroy you. So one of the things that we have to understand is the mechanisms that have been used to condemn you, to kind of finish you as a Black person. And with that, we have to now to learn how to get together again and realize the system is not for you. The system is against you. And if the system is against you, they are going to put all kinds of things in front of you to influence you, to make you what they want you to be, nothing. So keep in mind that we don't know, we have to get to know who we are. We don't know who we are. And because of that, we are influenced by anything. When you can't stand firmly on a principle, then you're likely to fall for anything that comes your way. And if it's very well calculated, you will fall. And that's what we're seeing now. You look back and you go back, way back, you can understand the pain the African American has come through, the stuff, the experience we have gone through. And because of that, we kind of lost the idea of who we are as a society, as a community, and we start becoming imitating things from outside that were not a part of us. Now we have to rethink this whole process and say, hey, we have allowed ourselves to become victims. We no longer want to be victims. We need to change that. Instead of being victims, we need to be victorious. And that's why the mentality, the African American society, most of the times they operate from, they are fearful. They operate from fear. And because of that, they are influenced by a lot of other things that are not positive. That were not a part of us. You have to look back and look at the history. And I'm sure probably some of you know history better than I do, but I know a little bit about it.
Well, let me add this into it, being that you have been able to see the Black experience from two different sides of the coin.
Yes.
Being somebody who originally came from Africa, coming from Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
How different would you think that this would be handled in Kenya?
This kind of behavior will not be will not be tolerated in Kenya. Okay, you will have to find another place to go because the society will declare war on you.
So I think that this is the same. This is the same standpoint that I think that we're trying to harp on.
Yes.
Is that there is going to be more of an accountability. So why would we not exercise this over here as Black Americans?
We could. I remember when President Obama went to when this whole thing, he orchestrated this whole thing in America. He went to kind of bring that to Africa. The Africans people told him, President Obama, you need to take that stuff back to America, not here. We don't do that here. So it didn't have the influence that he wanted it to have because they rejected him and his message. And they were like, go back to America. That's what you do in America, not in Africa.
So again, I think that is the reason why there's such a rift. There's such a problem to digest that. Because of course, as a Christian, I want to give the same grace and mercy that God has given me.
Yes.
So I'm definitely in line with you that who am I to judge? I'm not judging, but as a father of sons,
you have to learn from it.
I have to confront it
Mm-hmm.
because there's going to have to be a conversation when my son is with me in the grocery store and he sees that.
Mm-hmm.
He sees this man with this looks like a man with a goatee. And obviously that ain't a beer belly. There's something in there. And he's saying, Daddy, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a conversation I didn't choose to want to introduce, but now I have to have it.
Yeah.
So one way or the other, I have to make a way to be able to speak on that intelligently without demonizing, without being malicious, but yet still setting a standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Frank Nitt was trying to allude to. So I think that was an excellent conversation that we all were able to give different perspectives. Fellas, if there's anything else that you guys want to add to that conversation, go ahead and add it before we get to our last part of the podcast. Any of y'all had anything else that was left unsaid?
I mean, that was literally Baphomet.
Say that again, brother. I didn't fully catch you.
I said that person we were looking at, that's literally Baphomet. half man, half woman, half goat. That's what it looked like.
Now we talking. Now we talking. Now we talking.
That's what it looked like. Baphomet.
Yeah. And
That's the
so,
devil.
and all of us in this circle, in this round table, we all are fathers of sons. So I think it hits home differently. It just does. And again, I'm not judging, but the moment that you decide to make something like this public, you're inviting my opinion, and I'm not, and you can't blame me for wanting to put my opinion in there. But I do think that there are going to be a lot of. I'm just going to keep it as honest as I can say. It's going to be a lot of pushback by some black women that, just like the grandmother and the sister, they're saying, I can't wait for this baby to come. It's one thing to ask for this baby to be healthy to come through, but there is no way that there's not going to be no dysfunction coming from this.
Thanks.
It's just not. We shouldn't invite that. It's like Dr. K said, Kenya wouldn't invite that. Just like Frank said, Muslim countries, no matter what you subscribe to, we are the ones that entertain this. And for that, we need to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because it's good, everything good is not God. No. And just because you can do it doesn't mean that you should. So for that, let's give a shout out to Dr. K.
Yes, sir.
For being able to get in here with the fellas tonight. And y'all go ahead and give Dr. K his flowers while he's with us, because I don't get a chance to get him in here too often, because he is a very busy man, because he does counsel these type of situations. Matter of fact, we share an office, so on the other side of that office, generally he's over here counseling. Have you had to count? I know I might be reaching. I know you can't give too specific because it's confidentiality in that. Have you had to counsel something like this?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably best that he didn't hear me. I said, in your counseling history, is there anything close to this that you've had to try to be very professional and still use some level of integrity to speak to this? I know you might have already kind of answered that question, because you did kind of give us the perspective of what you would say in the scope of a counselor. But have you had to deal with something close like this?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. This is a common thing in therapy. I see it all the time. So I'm not talking about something abstract. I deal with. This isn't foreign. This is not foreign to me. I deal with people of all kinds. But one of the things I have to learn how to is, when you come to counseling to me, I'm not there to fix you. I'm here to give you a perspective so that you can change the way you think it's not right. So my job is not to condemn. My job is to help the person to understand what they are doing and what they have chosen to do, and give them some kind of skills to work with so that they can fix themselves. I don't fix people. I help them to fix themselves.
You have your work cut out for you, Dr. K. Well, fellas, we're gonna get into the last part of this segment tonight. Dr. K might hang with us. He might have to take off, but we need to give the flowers while we're giving flowers to him. We need to give the flowers to those families that got affected by the tragedy that was in New Orleans. New Year's Eve.
Yes, sir.
I got a quick video clip, and it doesn't show anything to where I think it needs to be. You need to close your eyes, but just to give some perspective of what took place in New Orleans. Anybody want to speak on it real fast while I cue up the video, or what did you think about it?
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to all the fallen victims, man. Sad tragedy, man. The dude crazy, man. He lost his mind.
I know Trump said that he's going to use all his power to try to hold this person accountable, which should be. I think this is
How can you do it?
I think this is somebody's camera phone that shows the perspective of this. Looks like this pickup truck, this white pickup truck over here that makes a turn down the street, and you can kind of put two and two together of that was the vehicle that did the damage.
Any of y'all ever seen The Shooter with Mark Wahlberg and Danny Glover?
Yeah,
I haven't.
It came on yesterday. And now, after all this had happened or whatever. So Mark Wahlberg, so to give you a basis, AL, is Mark Wahlberg is a sniper. They try to frame him for killing the Pope or something like that, and he's on the run. So it was another shooter who the government had in captivity, who they actually had to commit the shot, but they framed Mark Wahlberg for it. So he's on a rampage, going off, trying to find this other shooter so he could prove that this was the guy that killed him. So he finally corners him in the house, right? So he starts talking to him like, man, why'd you do it? Why'd you do this? He's like, look, I'm going to tell you this. It's nothing about you having these conspiracies. You want to have this coincidences, everything of this nature. Nothing happens in your country without the government knowing about it first.
And this isn't the first time that this has happened. We've seen this. We've seen this. I know that I've seen this situation happen before, and I'm pretty sure the same situation that I can't say all the particulars off my head, but I know that I've seen this replay before.
Absolutely. They like you say, you have not seen it. Look at how all the coincidences. This man was a military man. The dude who was in the Tesla truck that blew up in front of Trump Towers, he was a military man. They both served in the same command. Like come on, man. Then you got the dude Luigi, who supposedly quote unquote shot the CEO. This man was a valedictorian, went to Ivy League schools, and now all of a sudden he's a stone cold killer. Like, come on, man. None of this makes any sense.
So in your view of in light of this, and as you're saying, with the commonalities with it, what would you take from it? What would you, if you were a journalist, what would you feel are the relevant facts that you would give to the citizens of the United States to try to best digest this type of situation?
Well, first, like you already said, say respect to those who lost their lives, who got injured, and everything of that nature. Prayers up. But it just doesn't make no sense that these type of incidents are happening. With individuals that they can easily identify. They got all this documentation on all of their history, everything from the time that they went to sleep to when they woke up, what they ate this morning, etc. And on the day of the event happening, they couldn't, they don't know nothing about these people. It makes no sense, man. It really doesn't. And then go ahead, KT.
No, I'm saying you're right. It don't add up. It ain't adding up.
It just doesn't, man.
I believe I also seen reports that he had some ISIS connections from what they said he had in his car. Said there was some implications. The ISIS flag. There we go. Yeah, so but do you think that was something to just try to confuse us, or do you think that was relevant?
I think these guys, like your boy said, these guys are being programmed. Like they said, they claim originally he planned to take out his wife and kids, but he switched it up last minute and decided to go there to New Orleans, and then he did what he did. So he was going through a divorce with his wife. But you know, the government gotta do better taking care of the military vets, man. Some of these guys see a lot of stuff and the government don't really support them, man. And now you got these military guys, not all of them, but a lot of them, they start, they trip out sometimes. Even with the guy with the Trump towers. He was on a reality show on the History Channel. With Tim Reynolds, a guy named Timmy Reynolds. So these guys who doing these things, they ain't idiots. And he wrote his manifesto talking about the drones, what was going on in New Jersey. Talking about they China drones, and the government know what's going on. So it's a lot of stuff going on, man. And like I said, the FBI stops a lot of stuff on the daily that they don't talk about, which I feel like they should disclose to the public. But I guess they don't want to have people in fear. But you know, we might be living in communities where we got active terror cells, or just crazy guys, and we don't even know it because they don't want to scare us off and be like, "Oh man, my neighbor's a freaking crazy guy. He's thinking about doing something." I feel like you need to disclose these type of things because we need to know. The dude you see every day watering his flowers, people having bomb setups. All kind of IEDs, all in his garage. You don't even know it.
See, they don't tell you because they the ones who created that person.
And I agree with that. I mean,
that's why they don't tell you.
Let me tell you something, Frank Nitty.
Yeah, all of the wars that happened over in Saudi Arabia, that happened over in what's my dude name who they killed?
Saddam?
Nah, not Osama. The one who wanted to change his Gaddafi. Gaddafi. All the people that came for Gaddafi and got him up out of his castle, they always had weapons and stuff from the U.S.
I know, and he was trying to, and he was going to look out for Africa too.
He was going to look out for Africa. He was going to take them off the U.S. dollar and put them on gold dirham so they can get more money. Like, and then the U.S. took care of him with their own weapons. They set up those terrorist groups, gave them weapons, gave them vehicles, gave them funding, resources, so they could go ahead and take him out.
Yeah, because
this thing is bigger than
because remember,
phone, bro.
A few years back, remember the Fast and Furious situation where they was giving all the weapons to Mexico, and it backfired.
Yep.
Obama gave a lot of weapons to Mexico to the cartel, and it backfired on us. So the government always do that.
Ukraine. They doing the same thing.
They do it, and they gonna turn on that Ukraine dude before it's done because they turn on everybody they help out. They did it to their guy in Nicaragua. They turned on him. They did it to Saddam. They did it to Bin Laden. They used to work with Bin Laden, and then they turned on him. Yep. He got heart surgery in Orlando, Florida. A lot of people don't know.
Absolutely.
He got fixed up in Orlando. His son lives in Orlando right now.
It was only one flight that left after 9/11 happened. Everybody else couldn't get on the flight. That was the flight that was carrying Bin Laden and his family up out of there.
And not remember, George Bush was reading the book upside down.
Exactly. Still will hit field in the
But let me tell you something, hey, Frank Nitty. Hey, Frank, I'm deep into that deep state stuff. I'm deep into that.
Me too, bro.
I don't trust nothing. I don't even trust the phones we on right now. We might got to stop talking about this. They listening.
Me too,
I
bro.
everybody knocking at my door in 3 hours. Say that. Get in the van.
I think Dr. K. I think Dr. K. want to add something. What you got?
I know the things that are happening. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they look mysterious, but as some of you are saying, there's nothing that is happening without people knowing what is going on, or the government somehow. However, let me talk about the insurance guy, the CEO that was shot by this young man who is so smart and he's done a lot of good things. In this country, one of the things I really, really baffle about is the insurances. Whether it is medical, whether it's car insurances, the insurance companies have been robbing us for a long time, and yet nobody is trying to say something. This young man wants to use his case as a platform to attack the insurances. So he didn't come from a poor family. He's very, he comes from a very rich family. But what he has become fed up with is the insurances, because the insurance has continued to exploit people in all kinds of ways. Why do I have to be forced to buy to buy insurance for my car if I don't want to insure it? Why does the government make a law that the cars must be insured? That is rubbish. And I pay insurance for years and I've never had an accident. The insurance company should pay me some money, some of the money that we have paid them over the years. But they just take money. And yet when you come to claiming something, they don't want to pay. They want to keep more money. It's the same thing we see with the insurance, with the healthcare. Healthcare industry is crooked.
Absolutely.
And you pay money to the insurance so that they can cover you when you go to the hospital. And then they go and say denied. What do you mean denied? You didn't deny my money when I gave you my money. What are you talking about when you deny? People are fed up with this, the whole thing. And I'm not saying people have any justification to kill anybody. We don't have to do that. We have to use another platform. But I think this young man, what he wants to do is to use his case as a platform to bring attention to the healthcare and the insurances.
Yeah,
true.
I agree with that.
Yeah, facts.
I was going to throw it to Dick, but he may even have some technical difficulties or he had something going on. But again, man, without negating the fact that I want to add my prayers to the families that's been affected.
Yes,
I definitely don't want to overshadow that with all of the nuances of things that could be looked at as conspiracy theories and all these other things that are very political. The takeaways from this, I agree. I think that the same thing as Dr. K, that he was trying to give us a wake up call about the insurances because it just doesn't make any sense compared to all these other nations. You can go to Canada, you can
Free
go to where you got free medical, and we're supposed to be the greatest nation in the world, and yet there's people that are getting denied insurance, but yet you can get the illegals to come here and they can get things that citizens can't. There's something wrong with that, and so I don't support what he did. But nonetheless, it's just like everything else. It's got many of us talking about it, and if it did anything, I think that if we take anything positive from it, is that it is opening the conversation. But Big Pharma, we're entrenched in it, and I don't think that is going to change.
It's going to change if we continue to talk about it, because the politicians are involved in insurances. Once we start talking about it and we challenge them and say the law needs to change. Okay, we need to move in the direction of becoming like those nations that have free healthcare. If you look at the whole setup of healthcare, even the doctors and the people who work in the hospitals, most of them are foreign people. They come from foreign countries. Why? Because in their country it was free and they could not get the kind of money they make over here.
So they came here to capitalize.
That's right. But here is a conspiracy between the doctors, between the pharmaceutical companies, between the hospitals, between insurances, and you as a common man, you're just left there hanging at their mercy. Yes. Okay, they don't care whether you die or not, but they care about you paying them every time you're supposed to pay them, to pay for your insurance, to pay for your benefits that you're going to get. And yet when you need help, they say denied. What are you talking about? Denied.
Yeah, it's not going to change. It's not going to change.
Don't forget about the prison system.
The more we talk about it, it's going to change. It's going to change.
Because the reason why it's not going to change, because they're pushing this ideology out to the rest of the world, to where you have countries like Canada who are now trying to be the 51st state of the United States of America. It's not going to change. I'm telling you, they're pushing it out there. You got, like you just stated, you have these doctors, these physicians, everybody, all these intellectuals trying to get into the United States so they can reap what we've sowed.
Yes.
So when you taking all of this talent and all of this experience and all of these intellectuals out of these other countries and bringing them to the United States, and now they can eat off gold forks, there's nothing going to be happening in these other countries, and nothing they can do because we're poor. We're beaten down. We have to worry about our 9-to-5 jobs. We have to worry about our kids. We have to worry about taxes. We have to worry about getting gas, putting food on the table, mortgage, and then our pineal gland is so calcified down to where we don't even feel like putting up with a struggle. We don't want to anymore. It's all
don't forget about the
easy
prison
way
system.
out. The prison system as well. It's not going to change. We don't have enough anarchists to make a change.
Don't show don't
just going along and get along.
That's fact.
Well, I'm gonna say this, but when we start conversation about the insurances, I think somebody will start paying attention to it. But we have to press on and keep talking about it. We have to challenge the insurances and what they do to us. Because right now we are at the point where you as common people, we are at the mercy of all kinds of all kinds of insurances. We are at their mercy. We're paying, but we don't get what we pay for. That is injustice. And when there is injustice, the injustice needs to be dealt with. We need to bring it to the table. Let's talk about it. And then not only talk about it, we need to come up with a solution.
Very, very true.
Yes.
Let me add this, and this kind of hits a little bit home. Dr. K, with the family member with baby Nathan, and dealing with his medical care, being that he's in Africa, and having to go to, I think, India to get the medical care. I don't want to misspeak.
Yes.
But the medical care in Africa contrasted to medical care here in the States, and the pros and the cons from your perspective.
Okay, the medical in Africa, it actually is free. However, we are not equipped to deal with complicated cases. The surgery that this child needs, it cannot be performed in Africa because of the fact that they don't have the equipment that they need. So the child has to be shipped to another country where they have equipment to do it. But in general, in the healthcare is free. You can get free service and basic service. But if it is complicated, surgeries and all that, probably they are not available because the hospitals are not equipped.
Mm-hmm. I've dealt with something similar to that, and also who I'm going to add into my prayers. My stepfather, my dad. When we lived in Saudi Arabia for many years, he ended up having a brain tumor, and we end up having to getting flown back to the States because even though that the insurance was free over there for medical care, they did not have the facilities in order to combat that. So we end up having to come back to the States in order for him to get the care he needed. Sad cases, man, sad cases. And it's something that I think we all can agree that needs to change.
Yeah, we have the richest country, but yet we can't take care of ourselves.
Well, I have really thoroughly enjoyed the conversations from today and for tonight, and I'm going to lead us into some prayer as we get ready to close out tonight. So I appreciate y'all standing in prayer with me. So Father God, I want to thank you. I want to thank you that for those who believe in you, that they can use your word to combat the confusions, because I believe you're not the author of confusion of those who are men that want to be women that want to be men, those that are taking lives unnecessarily, the deaths that are happening. Father, I want you to show yourself up big, that those who believe in you know that this is not your will. And I pray for those who want to understand you better, and they're just being led by those that are teaching them something that they need to read for themselves. If they believe in you, then they need to take the time to read your word. And I want to pray over baby Nathan that he is getting the care that he needs. And I pray over my stepfather that he is fighting for his life right now, that you give him the care that he needs. And I stand in agreement. And I pray over all the brothers that's in this round table, that they have all been blessed by this conversation, and anybody who has given us their time to watch us, that they have not been offended, that even though that we have taken time to give humor, hopefully it's been in good taste, and to still give you honor and thanking you for this. In your son Jesus' name, amen.
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 Fellas, I appreciate all of y'all. And this is the first show of the year. And I am very excited about what this year is going to bring. So shout out to Dr. K. Shout out to continued guests. Need to go ahead and just become one of the hosts over here, Frank Ned. Shout out to Slim Cat with the trending topics. And of course, the unofficial Deacon Weasel. With the hot seat. And this has been and is the Hollywood Red Show on the Strategize Network. Till next Friday, we'll see you.
You're tuned in to the one and only, the Strategize Network, TSN.
Until next time, this is the Hollywood Red Show on TSN, the Strategize Network.